really curious about their mental state. You know, it's pretty rough, you know, to fly all the way out here and to play your best game as the shouting continues, the roars, the chants. As it feels like they're almost barking across the stage.
Who's got higher decibel?
The intimidation is real, though. I mean, you talked about just the names that they have to look at, but also the fact that they're yelling really loudly. Their general direction can be kind of scary, but we know from an ability perspective that certainly the guys on the side of EVOS can get it done, but really the question for me is, can they show their best performance today?
It's going to be a huge task for them. I really wish that they were, if they had to play a favorite, they would play a different kind of favorite in this tournament, one that might not be as so intimidating in terms of the just land factor of things, but I'm excited for this one.
Well, guys, I'll let you take it away on the cast, Paladin and Bench, bringing us into Black Widow.
Here we go, first round, Black Widow. EVOS is going to start off on the blacklist side as Team Liquid starts things off in the global risk. And we saw some early aggression down towards A long, trying to gain some ground out towards A. Successfully planting Alvin, who's holding on to Scar that you don't usually see all that often in CROSSFIRE global stages, but looks like here we are. And all that time, quick smokes being set out down towards middle. Let's see where EVOS wants to take their aggression towards.
Yeah, early lurk here from Keller. Off on that B side of things, but it's that long scale that they're considering behind Zetra's AWP. And Token will have the cross as a potential, expecting to find one here, and 7-7 on that double sniper opens things up. But kills back here from EVOS, a chance for this BL side to claw back through, but they completely pumped the brakes. Minute 20 on the clock. They've got that kill from Keller to utilize in terms of moving the rotations back over to that B bomb site, but how do they join hands when you look at how far forward Danimals is on the map?
Yeah, you're absolutely on point. If they're able to somehow gain the control back down towards middle, then Danimals is going to be left in no man's land. Keller swings out, spots Danimals. These two players now in a name duel. Less than a minute remaining. The C4 still stuck out towards A long, as Danimals smartly falls back in towards Catwalk, still trying to gain some more information actively. In the meantime, we do have Keller just swinging by, see if he can find any frags or information for himself and his team. And now EVOS really has to make a move. It's going to be down towards A long. Goken on the crouch peak, spots the players but not going to hit the shots. And the players are going to be able to move onto the bomb site. Danimals on Catwalk will have to hold this one down by himself until the rotations come in. The bomb has crossed, but the wallbang is there. Quick headshot towards Alvin. Is going to equalize back to 2-1-2, but only 18 seconds, and EVOS will have to start making a move. Keller steps on Catwalk. Does Danimals realize this? I don't think he does. Keller steps back down. WY on the bomb site. The wallbangs are on point here. Paladin's Zetra goes down, but the C4 luckily was planted. Now down to a 2v1. Keller, can he hold the bomb site down?
Oh, it's just such a terrible situation that he's put himself in, hoping that those wallbangs can land from the Catwalk position. Danimals now actually scaling through. He spotted him out. Damage done, and now Keller, it's just so undoubtedly in his favor, and nearly made it work, but WY gets it over the line. The screaming begins now, Bench, and it's going to get real loud in here. I can tell you that much for free.
Oh, the air is brewing here, Paladin. The Brazilian boys wants to take this one down flawlessly, and looks like the chanting and taunting has begun. Let's see if the young guns from the side of EVOS can hold their temper and not get startled from that. Here's a replay from the take. Zetra had some nice shots here and there, but eventually Danimals, the ultimate veteran of the Brazilian CROSSFIRE scene, the wallbangs are so accurate. He's just whack-a-moling the players of EVOS.
I think about the indecision there from that Catwalk player and Keller trying to take the aggression. I think you just got to commit to the play. I think you just have to commit to the play and make sure that you have the 2v1 secured. And, you know, if not, you've got a player on the site to help you in the 1-on-2. That seems a little bit more reasonable. But instead, that indecision dancing in between, it kind of left Keller out to dry eventually for himself in the clutch. So overall, TL already having that little bit of an edge psychologically, Now getting a clutch over the line as well, getting the blood flowing. It's back to this A bomb side again. 7-7 on this double. Sniper can't find the kill. And it's got to be Ryuzao in the back of the site. He finds one, chimes in alongside Gouken, but the trades are there. EVOS can get the C4 down, and now with an extra kill, favored in this post plant.
Down to a 2v3. WY, what a crisp tap swinging up from long. The C4 indeed was planted, but now Team Liquid does have a pretty good angle to go for this retake with WY. Trying to cross. Not spotted out just yet. He's going to be able to pop the nade. Danimal is trying to buy the room. It looks like the buy has been sold. WY gets the kill onto Yobib. And now down to a 1v1. WY is going to stick this defuse. And indeed, he does stick it. Gets the round done and dusted. Team Liquid leads out 2-0. As there's a old saying in the first-person shooter scene, pros don't fake.
Pros do not fake. That I can tell you. I mean, fantastic work from WY. Back-to-back clutches there from him. And you just got to respect the taps, man. Just insane in terms of the work that he was put in. I like this little bait-and-switch setup from Ryuzao and Gouken. But yeah, just WY cracking things open, making sure that Keller cannot get a foothold into this.
These guys make clicking look easy.
Absolutely.
In reality, it's hard.
Yeah. Those taps do not come easy. You can say that again. I mean, EVOS now mechanically behind, if you think about it. And that is going to be a big issue continuing on into these clutch situations, the 2v2s, the 3v3s. This post-plant situation for EVOS has to be a little tighter. Can't be discombobulated. And now they are a little bit more put together. Walking through this middle position, trying to see if Zetra can get involved, and he absolutely will. Taking down his counterpart in Gouken, and getting a 5v4 here for EVOS.
And like I've mentioned many a times, a lot of the aggression begins from the frag that Yobit puts out. But tonight here, he's a little bit quiet. Has only a single frag under his belt. Needs to pick up some pace, or the whole team in general. Doesn't necessarily have to rely on Yobit all that much if everyone else can start performing up like Zetra does. Has 4 kills already. 3 exact. But now, just about a minute left on the clock. The C4 rotates in towards B. 7-7, quick to react. Pops out the smoke. Has an angle to watch. Almost hits the shot, but takes a bunch of damage in the process. Ryuzao and WY was able to take down Alvin. And somehow Zetra finds a double before going down. Danimal's stuck in a 1v3 and a Dream with a flank coming behind him. Not gonna happen as EVOS finally takes a round. It's gonna be 2-1 with a tactical pause coming in from EVOS, I believe.
It feels like, at least for EVOS now, is they quell whatever was going on in the startings of this game. The back-to-back clutches from WY, and now it's a tension reliever to actually complete that B bomb site take, eradicate the sniper in the back of the bomb site, and get the ball rolling. You just want to make sure that you can quell Team Liquid as quickly as possible. At least make yourselves feel as though you've got a chance in this best of 3. Because Black Widow, of course, the pick of Team Liquid. For EVOS, just keeping it competitive here and keeping Team Liquid within arm's reach is the name of the game.
Yeah, arm's reach definitely is going to be the name of the game. Keeping them at bay is going to be the homework given towards EVOS. But for now, they are able to recoup 1 round back. But going back to the map stats that you were talking about, I think Black Widow is definitely one of the maps that Brazilians love to play, not just in the tournaments, but in local lobbies as we speak. Eagle Eye, 3rd map, I think is the decider, right?
Yep.
This is the dicey map, I would say. We've seen Gouken put out some insane performances on the map, but that's an individual player, not the team as a whole.
Right.
From the previous tournaments that I casted, I think Team Liquid didn't do they didn't do bad. They did okay, but it's a mediocre performance. They didn't do super great on Eagle Eye, so if EVOS can somehow go into the decider map, which means they will have to take map number 2 and 1 if they just want to close it out. But if they end up going to map number 3, then Team Liquid now really have to think about planning out some better strats to take the map out.
Well, the other big thing for Liquid is that you want to have a deep map pool. You can't necessarily just have Black Widow and Ankara in your back pocket and expect to make a deep run here in the Esports World Cup. It's got to be a complete map pool, especially when you think about the Chinese teams and how deep they look when you look at the map data there. So for that Eagle Eye to be the deciding map here, getting a win there, it's not going to hurt, right? Of course, they are a little dicey on that map, as you say, but I'll be very curious to see if we get there, what the situation is like. Have they put in the scrims on that map? Have they put in the practice? And how does the execution look, most importantly?
So it really just comes down to like the regional specifications. I would say certain regions play BO5s more, certain regions play BO3 more, and Brazil is definitely the region that favors BO3 more than China. So, like you've mentioned, the map depth factor may come in pretty handy for Team Liquid if they're able to just have a bit more experience in some of the maps they feel dicey. Otherwise, we are back at live in the game, round number 4, 2-1. Team Liquid still in the lead. And this time around, EVOS is going to be playing this one out pretty slow.
Surprising that they do want to play as slow as they do. But it's been beneficial to them. They've been getting these openers on a Gokyn. Gokyn's been pretty quiet to start things off here. You had a couple cross shots on that A-long play, but middle of the map, not as much impact as you'd hope. And of course, you gotta credit Elvin, you gotta credit Yobib, but it's actually 7-7 who's been doing a lot of work on this secondary.
Yeah. The double sniper setup finally paying off dividend is 7-7. The moments that were shown on screen were not so happy for him, but this time around he does find the opening frag on towards Keller. I think Keller's the youngest guy on the roster, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Have to double check with Sneaky Frog, who's doing the desk work over at Stream A. Nonetheless, WY to find yet another frag, and 7-7 picks up yet another kill, and looks like this aggression has lost all of the wind in the sails, down to a 2v5. The C4 gets onto the bomb site. Nope, gets dropped, gets clapped, and a clean round, rather, by Team Liquid.
Yeah, it was always destined to be a Team Liquid round. You think about the long aggression that comes through from WY, this time being very proactive in terms of the flank. And as soon as the CAT-XE comes through, it's a ticking time bomb. You've got to find some sort of kill to dislodge in terms of 7-7 on that secondary. Never comes to be. Flank is primed, and now Gokyn is here to show up in this party. Finds one, trying to get rid of KSA, but finally WI is there for the trade. Still a 4-on-3. Elvin trying to still find some kills here, but Danimals with an extra rotation through. 4v2 instantly in this situation, round number 5. 2 minutes to go. What do you do if you're the Philippines?
Yeah, everything is not going right to the side of EVOS. 7-7 finds yet another drop into Color. So this time around, EVOS tried to spice things up. They wanted to go for the quick, long aggression with the pop flashes and nades. Eventually, it was completely halted down by Gokyn and Danimals, and now you look at Zetra on the clutch here, 1v4 in a dream. WY down very low, but it doesn't matter. Zetra's on the AWM. Minute 30 left on the clock. Has the C4, luckily. So this clutch still in the talks. Can't say it's impossible. Anything could happen in a first-person shooter, especially CROSSFIRE. 7-7 spots him out, and Team Liquid leads out on their 4th round.
It's interesting that he wants to use the AWM there instead of the TRG.
Yeah, TRG's, I think, is the better weapon here now.
Right. And I don't know why he's considering that. I would love to pick Sneaky Frog's brain about that. I'm sure you would have an understanding.
I think players
is it like
have
a feel
tendency
thing?
to lean towards their more better feel weapon.
Yeah,
and, these players use the AWM more often than not, so that's probably the case.
This is an interesting round here. A very quick kill onto the B anchor, and you've already got 2 players breaching that B bomb site, but there's still a chance for Team Liquid in the 3-on-3. If they can dislodge Keller here, maybe there's a chance. But until they deal with him, this one is going to be an awkward retake.
Yeah, it's going to be an awkward retake indeed. 7-7 has a general idea. There could be a lurker down towards middle. And eventually, they're going to drop that angle. Yobib swings out, gets the drop into the WY, and now Keller springs out. Doesn't matter as Yobib finds a 2nd kill and looks for the 3rd as 7-7 swings from window, takes a bunch of damage, and the nade might just seal the deal. No, it misses. So we are yet to see the first nade kill of the whole tournament. unless it happened.
It might have happened once more on the first series, I think.
Did it? I don't think it has happened.
Fair enough.
But Valdez usually keeps track of the potato kills, so we'll get to ask him when he comes back on the board. But 4-2 as EVOS is gonna be able to find another round. Needs a lot more than 2, but 2 is better than 1.
2 is certainly better than 1, Bench. You can say that again. Keller now doing a lot of great work on this B side. You think about the explosion onto that second letter of the alphabet, and things work out splendidly. 7-7 is not stopping here. Ryu Zhao, his compatriot in arms, WY to chime in as well. Blink and you miss it. It's a 5-on-1 for Keller. And he's all the way over on that B bomb side. Does catch out Gouken on the late lurk, but hey, the C4 dropped up on that long side. It's never going to happen. Ryu Zhao chimes in with a triple kill there, and right back to winning ways go Team Liquid.
And now, this is the moment where we think, okay, EVOS is now playing in the playground that Team Liquid has provided. They were running into the open arms. But this time around, we do have a nice opening from Zetra down towards 7-7 and towards middle. That allows the room for the 3 players of EVOS to rotate in towards long. Here is the replay. What a quick shot. Usually, players will try to smoke it off or nade it off and make the cross, but it looks like there was just too much confidence for the side of Team Liquid. But nonetheless, after the opening, EVOS is going to be able to find a control down towards a long. Do have Keller lurking out towards B, and I believe that's Elvin, who's having a pretty slow day, alongside with KSH, with just about 2 frags under the belt.
Yeah, and it feels like both of those kills are coming through mid, right? It's just these picks through the doors that Elvin's actually had the better of Gouken, funnily enough.
True.
But right now, beyond those mid picks, it doesn't feel like EVOS have something to rely upon. Obviously, they have it here in round number 8, so you want to make the most of this. But Danimal spots out quite a bit in the middle, figuring out that there's still a slow encroachment across the map right now for the Filipino side. And now, Danimal's getting a whole lot more than information, takes significant damage, has to back away. Ryu Zhao can't get activated on the TRG in the middle. And EVOS not giving anything, but not getting anything either.
And good point, Paladin, because they've not given anything, but not taken anything, even after an opening frag. Zetra does find one more. But even now, with 2-player advantage, I still feel like Team Liquid has a valid chance in holding the bomb sites down. As Gouken starts rotating in towards middle. Could be meeting up with Elvin any moment soon. The rest of the squad from EVOS is going to be running in towards the B bomb site. With no aggression, and Gouken, what a flick. And a quick scope on towards Elvin. Equalizer is there, as WY was also able to find another frag. The C4 is now planted down to a 3-on-3. But Paladin, why does it feel only so possible for Liquid to go on the retake? Ooh, WY with the secondary, swings out, gets the frag, and now looking for the second. Keller, can he hold this one down? Yes, he does, but does he know Ryu Zhao is on top? Ryu Zhao gets the better of him. Down to a 2v1, the bomb plant. The timer is down to about half, and Ryu Zhao will have to make a move any moment soon here. Otherwise, it will be detonated. Yoviv gets spotted out. Does Ryu Zhao have enough time? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's enough, Paladin.
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's going to be real tight, and he doesn't have it. EVOS climb back through. And I have to say, a bit too aggressive for my liking there from the BL side there. But at the end of the day, locking in that clutch is just going to make it feel that much better. I do think that for EVOS, you get these opening advantages, you want to go off the back of it. You want to accelerate, even in, like, especially 5-on-3s that you have. But
so,
hey,
like, as opposed to whatever happened on the first series, like, teams are able to utilize that man advantage and translate it into a different aggressive play or a round 1 because of it. But coming into this matchup, EVOS, even after Zetra finds a great opening frag on towards 7-7, they play as if the opening frag is not there. Exactly. And that's a problem. If they want to survive in the series, I just don't think that's the way you should be playing.
And you know, you're going up against a TL squad that want to slow the pace of the game down. you take the fight to them. You make them feel uncomfortable. You make those rotations have to be that much more snappier. The conditioning is there. But for right now, EVOS, that is just something to keep an eye on as this game continues. Of course, last round of the half here for that BL side for EVOS, and then they can be a little bit more reactive. But Zetra's climbed out of the middle pretty well here. Has an opportunity at a frag. But Ryuzao tucked in the corner, not giving up too much, and now he's got a rifler behind him to make sure that that trade potential is there. Zetra will continue to waltz his way out, and Ryuzao is so keen on this, baiting, jiggling this angle, not able to actually pounce. Now Danimals takes his turn in the fray, but it's just auxiliary damage. It's not a kill. And at the end of the day, they still have no idea where EVOS wants to end, but we do. It's that A bomb site, 5 players encroaching upon it very, very shortly.
Coming up on Catwalk is going to be EVOS. Like you've mentioned, Paladin, they're going to take it down towards A. Take the fight to the faces of Team Liquid. Here comes the aggression. KSA takes a bunch through the wall there, and 7-7 down towards Long is going to be able to find the frag on towards KSA. And somehow, with the swing, with the pistol, how did he hit that? Keller had nothing to do about that. Oh, Elvin, the tip of the gun spotted out. Luckily enough for him, he has to swing back in towards Catwalk. The C4 now planted, but Team Liquid has all 5 players closing and inching in from all different angles, and Ryuzao was going to make things worse. Zetra goes down. WY as well adds on to the kill board. Yobip goes down. Danimal swings out. Elvin is taken down to C4. Yes, defused. And Team Liquid is going to be able to close the first half out in 6-3. On the side of Global Risk. Yeah,
as a whole, you know, the Global Risk side for Team Liquid in this situation was just so much more comprehensively put together. You think about 7-7 on that secondary TMG on the long side. You think about what good work that WY was able to do in the clutch. You think about the great work that Ryuzao was able to output over on that B bomb side as well. It's just well put together defensive maneuvers here from Team Liquid, as we kind of expected here. Now for EVOS, they're going to be up against the wall, especially now on the 4-on-5, especially with long control established for that offensive side. Talk about having to just sit in this claustrophobic environment of Black Widow with 2 minutes remaining and a man at disadvantage.
Claustrophobic, probably the right term to be put there. Looks like they're getting boxed in. Doesn't have major control over the map, even down towards middle. So Team Liquid now slowly but surely gaining the ground, inching in towards the bomb sites, even trying to sell a fake with Ryuzao sitting outside of B. And this is the problem that you see gets repeated from the teams with younger squad. The pressure really kicks in on their shoulders, and somehow the vibes are killed.
And you got to stew in it, right? That's the worst part if you're EVOS, because TL are not going to speed things up, right? They're not going to make this an easy death. It's a slow crawl to death.
Yeah,
for
as
if
EVOS. You're boiling a frog, you say.
Exactly. Well, here comes that encroachment on that A bomb site, and instant entries here for both Ryuzao and WY. Danimals chimes in as well. It's just Elvin with a mere 4 HP bar.
And a dream.
And a dream, I guess. But he's headed for the hills.
It's a wild dream.
Yeah, I think it's more a nightmare at this stage. We'll be waking up very, very shortly.
You know what's worse is TL doesn't even plant. They're posting the plant now, but they were initially thinking about going on a hunt, and the hunt is now on the way from 7-7 and Danimals. The kill is there. Team Liquid showing dominance in their favorite map.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about just the win percentages in terms of the column for TL. You think about 84.6% off 13 maps played for Black Widow. You think about Ankara, 80% win rate. A great map, mind you, to have an 80% win rate with how much it's played within the international space. And then Eagle Eye as well, not too shabby with 77.8% as well. So top to bottom, Team Liquid favored in this veto, regardless of that shaky Eagle Eye percentage, right, in comparison. But as you can see, just an outclassing for Black Widow for Team Liquid right now. And actually going with the double sniper setup here on the offense as well. I do like this idea. It actually favors their slower style. They can be a little bit more methodical. They can set up those players, and especially if Seven has having the hot hand like this, he can do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, Goken's quiet tonight, but
of course
his teammates putting up the performance, so it doesn't matter. Team Liquid absolutely showing dominance over the younger squad of EVOS, 7-3. Just about 3 more rounds for Team Liquid to close this one out. Here comes the aggression in towards Catwalk. C4 still left behind for Spawn. WY swings and Elvin goes down. And every single time, Paladin, that the players of EVOS comes into an encounter with Team Liquid, they just seem to lose every aim duel.
They lose the aim duel, and then there's no refrag potential as well. So it's the man advantage that comes in clutch for Team Liquid, and then they fall back. They don't give anything away for free to EVOS. And that's the real worry for me, is that who do you look towards to claw this back? It's got to be an individual performance. Keller's finding one, he's going down. Zetra's finding one, and he's going down. You look at the KDs, it's gonna end up just coming up TL every single day of the week. Now Goken's having his time in the sun. Ryuzao chimes in as well. This A bomb site is under threat. It's fallen. Team Liquid have themselves an 8th round, you'd like to think, and they just march on forward here in Black Widow. It just feels like this one is in the bag for them, and 7-7 getting stylish with it. Quick little double kill from him, and they are not missing a beat here.
Everything going down in shambles for EVOS. Not a lot of room to breathe in now. Just about 2 more rounds, I would say. And like you said, they are just not able to capitalize on top of the things that they were able to achieve. Let's say, for example, an opening frag. They're not able to gain any ground from that. Let's say they do have a trade kill, the trade is not there. So everything is now falling down for EVOS as Team Liquid now changing up the gear, shifting up the pace, is thinking about a possible beat take.
I like this idea here from Ryuzao. Staying up in upper tunnels. If he wants to take a duel later on, he's got the option to. There's a fallback option here for TL. But for right now, they have all their eyes set down the middle of the map. They're looking at that short side as well, seeing if Elvin oversteps the mark. And as WY continues to encroach upon him alongside Danimals, this one just feels just every situation coming up TL's way.
I mean,
Nate is decent.
Why is EVOS giving free 1v1s and 1v2 situations to Team Liquid?
Yeah.
Why not play Crossfire settings?
Exactly. I mean, if you want to, you got to have a double setup there. You got to have a smoke out potentially to deploy and fall away. There's got to be a jiggle setup. There's got to be protocols in place. And
Elvin
EVOS
was stuck in
doesn't
no
have
man's
it.
land.
Yeah, exactly. And of course you're going to favor the individuals of Team Liquid. Look at this, man. I mean, all 5 players on Team Liquid have not died more than 5 times in this map so far. That should tell you the entire story here. The trade is always there. The opener is always there. And even in these late rounds, it feels like they can do no wrong. Look at that. Triple swing out from Team Liquid. It's just Yobib. It's just Zetra. And this feels like 9 written all over it.
Yeah, everything is going wrong for the side of EVOS. Almost as if they are driving recklessly. Now Zetra goes down as Ryuzao swings out from B. This is a story that was written a couple rounds ago, repeating itself coming to this round as well. And I firmly believe that Team Liquid has reached the map point of 9th round, 9-3, I believe. And yeah, for EVOS, they may drop this first map. Could be better if they're able to make a comeback and go into overtime, but so far it seems to be that Team Liquid to be close this one out, but otherwise they need to learn from their mistakes, and if they aren't able to make changes to their strats, make changes to their micros, then it's not going to be easy for the second map. And now the aggression down towards long, Danimals completely wiping down Keller, and Bombsight compromised. Zetra comes in for the rotation, but now he's lost and wondering where is Team Liquid. Well, Team Liquid, they repositioned and is playing back down towards long. C4 yet even to be picked up. So this is what I really like about Team Liquid. They change up the pace. They always shift the gear, keeps and leaves their opponent in the questions, wondering where is my enemy.
I think the best part about that is that for Team Liquid, if they want to play this slow, brooding style, it lulls EVOS into a false sense of security, right? They have 3 players stationed on that long side. Nobody can get involved in the duel because they're still getting set up. They've still got flashes ready to be thrown in. And Team Liquid say, yeah, you know what? We're going to skip all phases of our long take. We're just going to duel straight away. EVOS can't catch a break, and now they've got, again, stew in the juices in this boiling hot water that is going to continue to brew here at EWC in this opening Group B matchup.
It's
you think
4v2.
About
It's now it's a 4v1, but it was a 4v2 then, and teams usually just go, you know, very aggressive on the bomb site.
Right,
But
exactly.
Team Liquid is going to be brewing this one down very slowly, and another player lost their life in the process now. Zetra in a 1v4. And looking to get the frag onto Goken. Not going to happen. 7-7 swings out, and first map, very clean. 10-3 as Team Liquid close this one out.
Absolute stomp here for Team Liquid, showcasing why they are considered one of the favorites within this group, why they want to trounce through as cleanly as possible, make a deep run in an international tournament, and this is exactly the footstep in the right direction.
And now the real talk is, can EVOS bounce back from this stomp that Team Liquid provided? Because it's going to affect team mentality a lot, I would say.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Yeah, I hate to say it. It's just such a dire situation when you look at it theoretically, and now in practice and execution, everything goes wrong for you. There's no weak link here for Team Liquid. There was not a bomb site that you could breach and potentially say, yeah, this side anchor is not good enough. This this TRG is just not good enough. It was always coming up TL's way, and I think I've got to really commend them for how top to bottom this team looks.
Yeah, going into map number 2, a lot of questions has to be answered by the side of EOS. Team Liquid seems to have everything locked in, and they're completely dialed in. Everyone has been hitting their shots, especially 7-7, who we least expect to perform really well on the sniper rather than the rifle, which is his usual go-to. So, surprising to see that the double arm really paying off dividends for some of these teams. Team Liquid definitely getting favored by 1.
Yeah, you think about the TRG work from 7-7, and you think about how many times he was able to shut down that A bomb site. It never really felt like it was breachable. That makes me really worried for EVOS, that your secondary is performing in the fashion that he is. Goken hasn't even shown up yet.
Oh, he's quiet. He's sleeping still.
That's the craziest part. Is if you had to point a finger and say, yeah, this is the weak link, you'd say Goken. And I'm not going to necessarily consider that he's going to have a series where he's quiet. He may have a map or 2 here or there, but certainly not the series. So this just continues the cause for concern that the rifle core has stepped up in the way that it has, and so have the snipers.
Yeah, and the winner of the first map, of course, is going to be Team Liquid. Black Widow completely shut down 10-3 first map to be in that scoreline. The first series was rather close, but the second series now, going into this one, it's pretty weird, but looks like we are joined back by Valdez.
Thank you, host bench. Yes, I'm back, guys. That was a bit of a stomp. That wasn't very close in terms of what we saw. You were talking about some of the rifle core, some of the other guys that aren't Goken stepping up. It does feel like there is a lot of depth within this roster on the side of Team Liquid, which is something honestly we expected, right? Do you feel like, though, on the side of EVOS that they didn't quite have that depth? Were they missing something a little bit there, or does it come down to nerves or intimidation, some of the stuff we were talking about beforehand? Yeah,
I think nerves definitely is an avenue for it. I mean, you just think about how loud this Brazilian team is, right? It is so difficult to stay out of the environment that you're in and just stay locked in from a mental perspective. But then from then on out, you didn't have that individual spark, right? You think about just the first couple of rounds starting in. WY getting those big clutches, and as soon as you start the pace like that where you can't get the rounds where you're supposed to win across the line, then you start to question, how do we get involved into this game? You had a couple of entries here and there on the snipers, but no real snowball potential, which was the real issue.
I mean, this is how I want to put it. So on top of everything, there's the macro plays. On the bottom side of things, there's the micro plays. And in between those two is the skirmish. For EVOS, every single time, they don't have the trade kills set up. They don't have a backup player set up. And every time Team Liquid is able to just go in for the trade kills and 3 people swings 1 player. Elvin goes down, Yobip goes down, and they're able to just gain map control based on that. So EVOS really needs to get in touch with their whole team in general to set up those like little crossfire skirmishes in general. So if it's not there, then it's going to be very tough to survive in the series.
Do you guys feel like they have a chance? Because that first map was a bit of a blowout, but we also saw on the A stream as well that KingZero kind of blew out their opponents and then they got reverse sweeped. So do you feel like there is an angle here for the Filipino team, or is it just going to be lights out from our favorites?
Numbers don't paint a pretty picture, Valdez. I mean, that's the biggest issue for me, is that especially when you consider the win percentage for just these first 2 maps, 80+ win percentage, you're feeling cool as a cucumber going into the server. You have no qualms about what's coming forward. And then again, when you have just a top to bottom performance from Team Liquid and this sleeping giant of Gokun waiting to wake up, I can't see a way.
So we were pointing out how Eagle Eye being the decider is like the key question to be answered. Now I can answer this. Gokun still sleeps. If he wakes up on Eagle Eye, one of the top sniper maps, then yeah, EVOS is going to have a tough time just barely holding on to the life here.
Yeah, I was really impressed by 7-7, obviously, his sniper work and the way he was able to play that map. Also, WY, putting up some huge numbers. It just feels like, again, what I was saying before, the depth of the roster is part of what makes them so strong. Also, that extreme veteran leadership in Danimals, where this guy's basically... I don't know, he's like a dinosaur of the scene. I feel like he's been playing for almost 15 years or something ridiculous like that.
Calling him a fossil?
Kind of, yeah. He's like the big unk on that roster.
Oh, yeah, he's the unk.
And it really helps them. Whereas on the opposite side, I mean, you look at EVOS, it's a lot of younger players. They really need a lot of help from their manager, from their coach to try to push them along the way. And I don't know if that's going to be enough here, guys. I do worry for them. So... You know, we saw that at least in our first match. Gaming Gladiators, they came out a little bit slow, and they didn't show their best game, and they were able to also get the reverse sweep. There's been a lot of reverse sweeps here in these best of 3s, so I'm just hoping that we get a nice little revitalization from the side of EVOS.
For EVOS, like, all right, it's there for the coach, who's also a longtime veteran, but having a coach that's a veteran and having a player on your roster in-game live, being your in-game leader, it just gives a different feel. But looks like we are live and ready to get into the second map of Ankara as we say bye to Valdez.
Yep,
we'll
take it away, guys.
Here we go. Second map, as we do see Team Liquid starting off on the Blacklist side and EVOS on the Global Risk. And so far, Paladin, the Global Risk side from EVOS has not been as potent as possible.
Fair enough. I mean, you look at TL, this time 7-7 not opting in for that double sniper setup here on the offense, and there you go. Something to smile about here for Evo. Zetra, the guy that I'm kind of looking at in terms of space creation, in terms of opening kills, and he finds a second one as well.
Yet another double swing, too.
Yeah, very nice that you know, TL can damage control, but retaining the man advantage here for EVOS is a splendid one.
And Ankara is a wonky map where you lose control of a certain position, then things really do get dicey. For now, EVOS seems to have a decent control over the map. They did give up on Belong towards the office area, but an underpass needs to find a frag on towards Ryuzao. Ryuzao hunting him down, goes swing out wide, gets a bunch of damage done, but he himself goes down very low. The pistol work is there as Yobik goes down to C4, yet to be recovered, as down to the hands of Gokun. And Ryuzao on a 2v3 and a dream. Gokun cracking and crackling the angles slowly but surely. Oh, Ryuzao swings out, but Zetra is there with the pistol to take him out. And a 1v3 is going to be Gokun. Was pretty quiet last map, but can he start waking up this map? And the answer seems to be a yes. Elvin, in a quick scope, goes down. The C4 recovered. 40 seconds. That's more than plenty of time remaining for Gokun to work some wonders, Paladin.
Magic is definitely in the air here for Gokun, starting things off strong, but still having to put that bomb down is the real question. Put time pressure on EVOS, and they're going to double swing. They're just going to straight double swing, and that's what you want to see from EVOS. Better fundamentals, better trade potential. Don't let the stars come alive here for Team Liquid, and that's exactly the kind of round that EVOS want.
Yeah, finally, after a map, EVOS finally shows that they can actually get a trade kill. Even then, the first couple opening frags, we saw Team Liquid able to capitalize on top of the weak positions that EVOS was taking, just a single player holding a corner, and Team Liquid just double swings it, triple swings it, and gets a quick trade kill. There's the replay. Danimal swings out, gets a kill, so that wrapped up the round as EVOS finally takes their first round into the second map. And here comes the aggression on the left corner of the screen. A bomb site now being aggressed on the bottom case of the staircase is going to be 7-7 trying to pop a nade. Yobip needs to hold this one down, but the pop flashes are swinging his way. Ryuzao on the lead here. WY though, quick to take a double kill. And the bomb site completely pried open, and Elvin and Keller has all to do. With Keller on a pretty big flank, Elvin has to stay alive if EVOS even want to stand a chance in winning the round here. Through vents, Keller coming in. Ryuzao does take down Elvin. Goken was waiting on the other side of vents. And Team Liquid, needless to say, quickly marks up a round.
Yeah, nothing too complicated there. Just trying to split onto that A bomb site and making sure that if one person goes down, there's another one immediately there to continue that aggression, and a little bit more of a faster pace there from TL. Not necessarily the style that you're used to from this squad on the offensive end. And now Keller getting pushed back doesn't make things easier, but does punish Danimals there. The captain hits the deck, but a little bit of body showing in 7-7 with the trade.
There's the 4v4 now. Plenty of time left on the clock, and Team Liquid trying to gain some information with the pot shots being thrown out towards the smokes. In the meantime, we do have a 2-2 split being posted out from EVOS. Rather, they are going to give up the top of B, as we do have only Elvin looking at underpass and Yobib on the middle lookout. And this might just pay off dividends. The C4 and the rifling core of Team Liquid is rather closer down towards A. The C4 as well.
Good work here from Elvin to get some map control here on that B side. Getting a lot of information as to what half of the map TL is on right now. And yes, you know, Goken had this long line deeper in, and that might give a false sense of security to TL that they can scale. With how forward-facing KSA is now as well, closing out this bomb site, getting the information to clock back over to B, he bounds away, and now it leaves it all up to this 3-stack climbing into this B bomb site.
And now they're forced to go into B. They don't know where KSA is going to be at, so they're not going to risk too much. They're going to come in towards underpass. Zetra swings in the wrong time. And now Goken will punish Elvin for that. Some way, somehow. Down to a 1v3. Ryuzao, the last man standing, as Yobib and Zetra was able to find a frag each. The C4 gets planted, but now Ryuzao has to face 3 different angles of attack to hold on the bomb site. Zetra on heaven, quick to find the shot. And EVOS will start leading out 2-1, but I don't think this was the cleanest round of all.
Hey, in this situation, clean, dirty, it doesn't matter how you're getting these rounds. You're getting rounds on the board, and again, just keeping this game competitive is what they're looking for here.
True.
And now EVOS defensively looking better in terms of their protocol. You're seeing better fundamentals in terms of the trading. You're getting efficient map control usage as well, making sure you can cut down angles before the hit actually comes in. I like that little push and pull that you had where you had Elvin taking terms of that B space. You also had the response from KSA being aggressive down in the underpass. TL now being slowly punished for their style as well. But that's something you got to build upon. It can't be just a one-and-done type of situation. You've got to find a way to use that as a foundation more than anything.
You're absolutely correct. And this time around, Team Liquid changing up the pace of the game is going to be waiting patiently outside of A, probably lining up their smokes, and here comes the ghost sign. WY and Dynamo swing, and Zetra will be punished for his positioning. And this opens up a lot of gate for Team Liquid. They can continue to brute force it down towards A. They can always rotate out, go down towards middle, or have a split. But the choice here is going to be Vents, I believe, as Yobib, with the arm of his own, peeks, gets punished, and now A bomb site getting swarmed. KSA has to hold it down. No, he cannot. Danimals will add to the kill points here. Quick double spray down. The C4 gets planted all down to the ends of Keller, and a 1v5. And this is going to be a tough ask, as Goken is waiting in Vents, and the timing was a little bit off for Keller. Couldn't find the kill there, and the round is wrapped up.
A little bit of swagger there from the captain. Double entry doesn't hurt for him at all.
A quick reminder, he's the oldest guy on the roster.
Yeah, doesn't help. Doesn't help the chances of EVOS here. The call there, let me just handle it myself, he says.
Absolutely. That's the characteristics you have to show to be a captain of a team. And once again, Team Liquid showing their interest down towards A bomb site may just force the issue once again. It worked out last time. May as well as do it again if it works wonders. Ruzel with the pop flash swings in. Yobib misses the shot. And now Danimals swings in, gets the kill, gets the drop. And the bomb site is pried open. Here comes the repositioning and some support from Keller and Zetra. But the smokes has already been put out. The C4 will go down any moment soon. And this is going to be yet another tough retake that EVOS has to provide.
Yeah, Nightmare Fuel. They all have to come through that global risk spawn, and that really makes things a problem. You don't have that flank potential. You've got all of these positions that you got to clear out one by one, and Elvin finds one. Keller with another. Goken and Danimals chime back in, though, and there's the post-plant victory that cracks things open here for Team Liquid, showcasing some mechanical prowess and showcasing how much of a step above the fundamentals are right now.
And yet again, to wrap that round up, a lot of effort being put out by the captain, the veteran. Danimals himself had to find the final kill. Team Liquid starts leading out 3-2. As now we move into round number 6. EVOS this time around is going to be placing 3 players to hold down to the bomb site A after losing 2 rounds in a row with quick aggressions. But Team Liquid, as if they're reading their opponents like a book, is not going to force the issue. Rather, this time they're going to burn the clock down just a tad bit more.
Smartly done, and Goken swinging into the angle, taking down his counterpart with ease. 5v4 here for TL, and they want to keep looking. Goken's going to have his way with this A bomb site if EVOS is not careful. And Danimals will surge forward behind that. Here comes the flashes. KSA caught between a rock and a hard place, and 7-7 will let him meet his maker. Yobib now the only one to try and deal with the problem. You know, you do have Keller arriving to the scene very quickly. Yobib arriving as well. They can pull away if they want to, but they won't. The Brazilians want to go headstrong here.
Yeah, just headstrong, going deep into the bomb site, but this time Rizal is going to back out. The C4 has already rotated out, but this might just hint to a Goken going for the longer angles, and that's going to pay off dividends. Keller goes down quickly, and all of a sudden, EVOS left scratching their heads. Where is the rest of Team Liquid? As you can see, Alvin trying to find a position to work with. He's going to be juggling himself down towards spawn, down towards long. But like I've said, Team Liquid knows every information. They're going to be sending the players down towards middle. And all of a sudden, about to be greeted with open hands. Ruzel swings. Here's the shots. Yobib finds the opening. Ruzel is taken down. But Goken in a 1v2. Seemingly possible to C4 to be recovered any moment soon. 30 seconds and the timer is ticking. Goken gets the C4. Looks to go on towards the B bomb site. And EVOS, they're going to have to go on a retake against an armor. It's a tough ask. Yobib, I think he's holding onto an armor or Scar, not entirely sure. He has a rifle. 2 riflers versus an armor. If Goken find the opening frag, make it down to a 1v1, then things become real dicey for EVOS. Get the positioning by Goken. Sitting, waiting, lurking in middle. Yobib almost gets spotted out. Goken down very low, goes for the secondary. Doesn't matter that the taps are there. Down to a 1v1. Elvin in a world of trouble. Has to juggle around the angles. Swings, gets the kill, but the timer is, I don't think it's there, Paladin.
I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it, and Goken's done it. He's pulled the rabbit out of the hat. 1-on-2 there for your armor, and I mean, just fantastic work in terms of the positioning. Caught between two positions, one in the front, one in the back, and he just finds a way to live for as long as possible. The one tap on the sidearm as well. That's just masterful veteranship from the legend himself.
You know, for Elvin, it was more like, pick your poison, right? Like, do I tap the C4 or do I go for the kill?
You got to stick it at that point. That's literally your only option, which
and
even then, you have the nade prime.
He was stuck in a rock and a hard place,
exactly, yeah. It's a weird situation, and Goken is not missing a beat. An entry onto that A bomb site. They don't want to accelerate off of that, though.
Which I think is a valid play.
Yeah, it's fine. It totally is. And you're doing some more damage on a KSA with these nades. These A takes have just looked stellar, no matter how many players are available.
And now Team Liquid is dictating the pace of the game, and EVOS has to follow up to whatever Team Liquid is providing. And I don't know, Paladin, if EVOS even has it, the wind in the sails to get some rounds back, because right now, Team Liquid looking very dominant in the lobby.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you've got a bit of a gamble situation here for EVOS. They've rotated a third player here to bolster this A-bomb site. And they make the right decision in a lot of situations like this where they have the right numbers in the right place, but can they get the kills is the main issue when Danimals has been not missing a beat. And this time around, it feels like EVOS have been able to right the ship. Yobib and KSA chime in, but the captain is still not missing a beat. Goken with the sniper as well. Blink and you miss it. It's Keller now in the 1-on-3. The pain does not stop climbing here for EVOS.
That the endless pain just seems to continue for the side of EVOS. And now Keller in a 1v3 and a dream. Many a times I've said this, but now switches over to an M4. Sees the tip of the head, but now he's getting welcomed by open fire of two players, 7-7 and Danimals. Nate may take away a bit of health. No, the pop flash and the smokes are not going to help either. Not a lot of time. Goken waiting with open arms by the Nook. We'll get the frag and get the round secured as Team Liquid seemingly having a joyride here.
Yeah, they're turning a corner now, Team Liquid. Goken unlocking this team now with that 1-on-2, and now it just feels like they have every bit of map control in their favor. Every slowdown that was potentially benefiting EVOS has not necessarily worked out. The map control in terms of the mid-rounds have not been stellar for the defense. And now Keller getting blown down to smithereens. Does nail a very swift shot onto 7-7 though. That's nice to see, and he can back away pretty safely as well. So 5-on-4 here for the Global Risk side.
Yeah, Keller was playing with fire. If he didn't have the movements in there, he would have been refragged. Zetra though gets completely surprised by WY jumping on the window. And there comes the equalizer to a 4v4. Keller, so replay. The movement, like I said, saved his life. And now Elvin has to hold the bomb site. Here comes the rotation and the flank. Down towards middle, down towards connector. By Team Liquid. Does Keller realize everything is working towards his way? Elvin gets welcomed. Danimals will quickly knock him out. Keller, though, stands strong down towards the office area, finds the frag on towards Goken, of all things. And now Team Liquid has to get the bomb plant down towards B and just hold it down, but looks like this round seems to favor EVOS just a tad bit more. Nice
kill there from Danimals. Another
curse.
Man advantage. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, Bench. I can't lie. Yeah. It happened last time too. It'll happen every series from now on. As WY has a flank now primed and ready, Danimals chimes in, and it's the old guard here just putting in so much work for Team Liquid, getting them kicking and screaming through round after round.
Trust me, brother, after years of casting CROSSFIRE, I've had my moments in caster curses, and I think this might just add on top of that. So, yeah, Team Liquid certifying their dominance 6-2. Last round coming into the first half here. And this time around, after successfully taking down A many a times. Looks like they're going to go for the B split once again. Do have Ryuzao on towards a long area. Here's the replay from Keller. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Had not much to do. And looks like here comes the aggression. 7-7 quick to take down Elvin. The bomb site now being aggressed. Zetra will have to fall back out. The smokes and nades are going to drive him away even further. The C4 safely gets onto the bomb site and now is being planted. Down to a 4v5 and a retake. Ryuzao steps up towards heaven. Takes down Keller to make things worse. And now all down to the hands of Yobib, KSA, and Zetra. They will have to work wonders to even rake in one round to make it to a 6-3 first half. 7-7.
Oh.
What a swing. Yobib does find one, but at the cost of losing his teammate. Down to a 1v4. Not a lot of life left in him. Gokun quick to make the shot. 7-2, I believe. Team Liquid continues to lead out.
Yeah, not missing a beat, unfortunately, and you're trying to find something to hang your hat upon if you're EVOS, especially after how you started it. You shut down clutch potential, you shut down opportunities there for Team Liquid to get the ball rolling, but again, after that clutch came through from your sniper rifle, after you started getting all these entries racking up from your captain, what can you really do? 7-7 now with the side swap, goes back to that trusty double sniper, and has an opportunity to continue laying down the hurt here. Flick is off. Yobib capitalizes, and as you mentioned time and time again, if an entry comes through for EVOS, having an opportunity to pounce on that is the name of the game.
But look at where 77 died on the minimap. He went out a little too aggressive, and this might just cost Team Liquid a round if EVOS is able to capitalize on top of it. But for now, down to a 5v4. It looks like they want to rotate the C4 out towards middle, possibly thinking about going in down towards B. Just inching in towards connector area. And holding that down is going to be Danimals, joined by Gokun. 13 kills, he's definitely waking up, coming to the second map. Even thinking about going for the more aggressive angles out towards office area. So let's see if EVOS is ready to take down the star armor of Team Liquid.
Now he's got a prime line here to get activated, fall away if he wants to stand in duel. That's also a possibility, and he catches out the early lurk as well. That thing makes things matters even worse, but he won't be able to get any more. Danimals completely blinded up, pushed to the back of the bomb site. Elvin chimes in for one more, and EVOS have something to stand on finally.
Can't leave WI from the talk. He gets knocked out, and EVOS some way, somehow secures a round. Took a bit of a turn for them to get the round, but at the end of the day, a round is round, and I think they were able to capitalize on top of 77. 77 swinging out a little too wide, so
yeah, for sure.
Team Liquid can easily just reposition that. Don't know if 77 is still on double arm. Yes, he is indeed on the double sniper setup, but this time he's taking a more passive angle. Out towards A, out towards B, rather.
Definitely a slowdown now for EVOS, considering they don't have that opening entry.
WI took a beat down with the nades flying his way.
He absolutely did. That's a brutal way to start things off, especially considering how aggressive he wanted to go. Now he backs all the way up. They decide to swap things out here, and three snipers, bench.
3 snipers, yeah, good catch. Yeah, especially, we call it the Bogdan's Law.
Yeah.
If you're low, go for the long-ranged guns.
Absolutely.
Of course, this time around, it's going to be TRG. I believe the CROSSFIRE system, if you haven't shot your main weapon, then you're able to switch. But here comes Danimals. Gets a quick double spray down, gets straight up by Keller. The bomb site has been opened up, but here comes a big flank from Elvin all the way towards B bomb site. Is Team Liquid aware of this? Because I don't think anyone is looking that way. The bomb gets rotated onto the bomb site. Elvin comes in hot. 7-7 is waiting with open arms like a big bear. And takes the kill down. And all of a sudden, EVOS mightily struggling to get the C4 planted.
I mean, how can you?
Has one smoke or flash, not entirely sure which one it is, but to work with. They can get the C4 crossed onto the bomb site, but look at WI, the angle. No, he gets knocked down by Zetra so things are looking a little bit brighter for the side of EVOS, but still has a lot of work to do. C4 yet to be crossing into the bomb site, as Zetra has cleared out one angle, but has 24 more to clear. Gulkin goes down now, down to the ends of 77. And a 1v2. The arm's still in the hands of Zetra. The C4 now is being planted. If 7-7 can win the round, TL might just do it, but looks like Zetra quite accurate with the shots. EVOS will find one more round.
There's the individual flair that you would want in terms of trying to make a comeback happen. I mean, it's really difficult to spark a comeback, but when you've got a guy that you can use as that kind of lighthouse, that beacon of hope.
Beacon of hope.
You can try and try to claw things back, and maybe Zetra's that guy. The only person on double digits as of right now, and it looks like EVOS want to at least get a little bit more pacey. Mind you, Team Liquid are just charging in towards the blacklist spawn at this point. Get a boatload of information. 7-7 gets a shot off but no connection, and he actually sticks around here. He wants a duel for as long as possible, and will only take one before he hits the deck.
Yeah, I mean, the moment we saw the players of Team Liquid aggressing out towards A, we knew they wanted to just isolate one bomb site and, you know, change the sides of the game after the C4 gets planted. The Global Risk side will be racing against the clock. Nonetheless, down to 4v4. C4 now is planted as we go into the pause plant. Keller waiting. Danimal swings in. How does Keller not hit that shot? And that might just open up enough room for Team Liquid to start to go on a retake. WY took a bunch. Keller does take down WY in the process. And the 2v3, Danimal's out towards the long area. Has to clear out all different angles. Elvin swings out, takes him down to the hands of Koken. Whiffs the first one with the pistol, goes for the second. Not gonna quite happen as Elvin picks up a quick double kill. As EVOS still stands strong in the rounds, 7-5.
Yeah, again, more from Zetra. Coach calling attack here. Understandably so. You can start to feel the momentum swinging back the other way for the Filipino side. And all of a sudden, it's like you just look at the way EVOS are now able to hold bomb sites. They're able to win out post plants straight up. Fundamentally, just much sharper here on Ankara for EVOS.
Right. And like the name of the game, they have better crossfire setups now, finally, to get the trade kills. So
they do.
Really paying off dividends. And now, EVOS exploring themselves in towards the A bomb site. Trying to clear out vents is going to be KSA and Yobib. Held down by Rizal and WY. Waiting for the pop flash. Here it comes. Rizal at risk. Has to hold it down as WY was knocked down by Zetra. KSA with the wide swing. Not going to quite find the frags here as Rizal was able to retrieve back towards the spawn area. Down to 4v5 and a retake situation with all four players down, stuck towards the spawn area. This could be the toughest retake we ask for, Paladin.
Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, no real way into this one. No, I mean, yeah, you've got one flash. You've utilized that now, and they do have a way through. They've blinded up some of those players in the closer ranges. Danimals finds one. Ryuzao chimes in as well. 7-7 on the double sniper chimes in. And now it's Gokun and Ryuzao. What can they do in the 2-on-2? They can do that. Ryuzao and Gokun both chime in for a couple, and that's the can opener. That's another one of those big-time post-plant scenarios that goes the way of the favorites, and that should be the one to kind of topple EVOS here in this best of 3.
And you can hear the Brazilian boys get loud. That was a crucial round for them. Almost losing the momentum, but looks like they were able to pick it back up in just a blink of an eye. Ryuzao with the swing and the kills. And the coach gets excited as well, as you can see on the screen. 8-5, I believe, is the scoreline.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. I think PSK1 wanted an earlier timeout. I think the round before. But now it helps that, you know, you get the round win. You're now in pole position to close out the series, and you've got time now to let your teammates revel in it and let your opponents stew in it. And
yet again, could be another caster curse, but we thought that retake was merely impossible.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the utility, right?
Stuck on spawn area.
You've got one flash, and there's just no way to get in.
Yeah, there's no way to get in. We thought, at least, it was impossible to get in, but some way, somehow, Danimals, the veteran leading the rifling corps, goes in, gets the opening frag, and apparently that was enough room made for the rest of his team to start moving in, bring it down to a 2v2 from a 5v4. And some way, somehow, Team Liquid just showing why they are one of the top teams in their region.
They have a hell of an Ankara, I can tell you that much. It's been nice to see Danimals have the map that he has. It's difficult as a captain in terms of, especially in the way that Ankara is designed. There's just so much going on the Blacklist side, and so many things you have to juggle on the Global Risk side. It's a very complicated map. It's one that's utilized by so many different teams, but I don't feel like anybody really have mastered it per se. It is still such a complex map to figure out.
Given it's a classic 4x4 type map, like you've mentioned, it's one of the definitely complicated maps. A lot of things to guide yourself through, but it looks like Team Liquid just knows where to go, how to do it. And this time around, Gokun, that's stuck outside long, eventually is taken out by KSA. The nade was flying his way as well. And down to a 4v4. Not entirely sure where EVOS wants to dictate their aggression towards. They're going to be playing pretty passive as well on the Blacklist side.
I don't think they have any idea where they want to end up, frankly.
Absolutely not.
At this point, in the 4-on-4, it's a much more doable position, compared to the man disadvantage. Zetra can be a little bit more flamboyant, trying to search for an opener, but nothing really just yet. And Ryuzao still on this angle, has an opportunity to find the kill, swing through, but the kill comes in for Zetra.
And funnily enough, Ryuzao was holding onto a sniper of his own as well, so Team Liquid absolutely favoring the long-range weapons so far. Minute 15 onto the clock, and even after taking yet another player down, EVOS still not entirely sure where to head towards. Probably they're just thinking about if they can find more players swinging out low to wide like Danimals.
Ooh, real opportunity here on the Elven, and surely a sound cue must have been given, but Danimal still gets away with one. 2-on-3 now, 7-7 on this B bomb site is going to have to do God's work and then some. And decided to surge forward here. Why not take the risk? WY now having an opportunity. Actually going to meet a couple of players right beside him and finds one. Keller as well trying to trade through, but WY pulls a pistol out.
What?
How in the hell does he get away with that? It leaves it all up to the armor of Zetra. He finds another kill on the pistol for himself, leaves it onto the 1-on-1, but 7-7 gets the sniper out, has an opportunity here to reset the situation.
This was not supposed to be like this. WY shouldn't have gotten away. The first player he took down had utility in his hand. The second player, I don't know what the heck happened, but eventually he got the second frag as well. Down to a 1v1, 5 seconds. The C4 has to be planted now. Enough time for 7-7 to come back in to the bomb site. Zetra versus 7-7. Secondary armor of the squad. Oh, the timing was so off for Zetra. Unfortunately for him, 7-7 gets the better of Zetra, and Team Liquid gets yet another round. And Paladin, I don't believe this.
I think they're on top of each other there. I don't know how in the hell something like that happens.
Am I dreaming?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it, doesn't it? That's a hell of a dream to have.
We call that crossing paths, and I believe that was enough paths to be crossed.
No, not at all. And now TL marching towards that winner's match. EVOS on death's door. And now you've got Danimals getting kills through the smoke. This one is getting out of hand here for the Filipino side. It is the favorites of this group looking to charge on through. And they're doing it in style here, Bench.
Yeah, if they were to win it for EVOS, it had to be the last round. Yobip goes down on a trade kill at 7-7. Quickly snipes him out from the lobby. Down to a 3v4. Well, still yet to realize where they have to go. The C4 rotates in towards A. And for Team Liquid, they're going to rotate the players out, leaving only WY, who has been enjoying some cheeky frags from his positions in the previous rounds. But for now, minute 30 onto the clock, and A seems to be the site to be taken.
Yeah, and it's wide open as well. I mean, to be fair, Team Liquid have had some ridiculous retakes on this A bomb site that why not? You plant WY in the back to just get some information and make sure that you can get the rotations through. and then you hope that you can get one of those miraculous post plants yet again. But they're going to have to get moving.
Yeah.
Because by the time they get there, it's probably going to be around halfway gone. You would like a kill on top of that, but I don't think you're going to get one unless Elvin provides it in spades. Elvin does find one and can bound away, so 3v3 we go.
And now Ryuzel looking to clear out connector. Elvin gets spotted out, down to a 3v2. 2 players stuck in the bomb site, but the timer has ticked down to half HP. Keller finds a huge frag onto Ryuzel. Now Goken and 7-7 has it all to do. Timer ticking down. Goken down. 7-7 versus the world. The pot shot not gonna hit. Keller swings out from the top of the bomb site and keeps the dream alive for EVOS.
Whew. I mean, that is the risk that you run. If you're leaving it for a retake position for the Team Liquid side, there's got to be a response and a protocol in place to actually collapse it and have that retake through. Last time it was the flashbang, and yes, you had some stellar mechanical play, but there's got to be a little bit more. It cannot just be find the stragglers on the late lurks. There's got to be a little bit more to it.
And look at the aggression from Team Liquid. They're just going to be bum rushing outside of a bomb site, clear it out, gain crucial information that EVOS is not here. That's why we see 7-7 rotating in towards B. As Keller trying to clear out office, indeed does that, but does he realize there's 2 players right in front of him?
Triple sniper set up here for 7-7 and Goken as well as Ryuzel, but none of them are able to nail a shot. And that means this B bomb site is under threat and then some. KSA chimes in alongside his teammates, and Daniel is going to try to fight kicking and screaming as he has in this map, but it's not enough. 1 kill simply won't do. Zetra chimes in with another, leaves it just on to WY, and this comeback is going to continue. OT 2 rounds away, EVOS still alive.
EVOS indeed stays alive, and now they're starting to get loud themselves. Maybe trying to intimidate the other counterparts, the Brazilian counterparts on the other side of the desk, which is Team Liquid. But 9-7, EVOS 2 more rounds to make it to the overtime. Otherwise, things could get very dicey, having to go into the losers brackets in the GSL format.
Complete slowdown again here for EVOS. Why wouldn't you? I mean, the entries have been coming through eventually here for EVOS, and this A bombs have been very kind to them. Despite the heroics that have come through from TL, they've at least had an avenue into the A bomb site. Some of the entries have come through from players like KSA and Zetra, and you're hoping you can count on that again as they continue to lean onto this first letter of the alphabet. For TL, though, on the other end, no real movement. You get a little bit of advantageous positioning, but nobody really encroaching upon an extra rotation. They're keen on just keeping 2 here.
And looks like the aggression is on, but WY puts out a bunch of damage. KSA, not realizing what the shots are coming from, is going to go down. Yobib is there for the trade kill, but the damage has been inflicted, and their aggression has lost a bit of its speed. Yobib continues on with the frag, gets a double kill to pry the bomb site open, but the rotations are now here. Enough time has been bought for Team Liquid to send in the rotations. Down to 4v3. C4 now being planted. A little bit of util still left on the side of Team Liquid, but the pop flash allows enough room for Danos to swing out once again, and this guy just continues to get the kills. Takes down Yobib. Goken adds onto it as well. Down to a 1v2. Goken down to a half HP. And a 1v2. Has the pistol out. Elvin takes him down. And EVOS very, very close from taking this one into overtime, Paladin.
It felt like deja vu there, I can't lie. Again, the smoke up on the spawn side, flash and go, create some space there for those encroaching global risk players, but unfortunately, it's just not enough. I mean, the round that they won with that heroic retake, that is a rarity. That cannot be the norm. And now, EVOS have gotten themselves a win condition on that A bomb site. They've gotten multiple post-plant conversions, and now they're in the driver's seat to force us into OT.
You know what's funny is for Team Liquid, you don't necessarily see IGLs top fragging all that often because they have their minds focused on other things than shooting. But Dynamo sitting at 20 kills may hint to us he's doing really great, but the rest of his squad kind of being a little bit quiet, I would say. It's about 8 kills on Ryuzel, 7 kills on WY. But nonetheless, possibly the final round of the series. Otherwise, we get to see our first overtime in the whole tournament. Another Vents aggression led by KSA and Yobib. But this time, TL has 3 players holding on to bomb site, and they know what's up. Coming in their faces, the pop flashes are being thrown out. WY sees KSA, but the timing is a little bit off. And the rest of EVOS will have to start rotating out. KSA, eventually taken down by Danimals, will grant them the advantage of a 5-on-4. Gouken in underpass. So close yet so far. Gets the drop. Pistol out. Zetra at risk. Keller as well. Taken down super low. The C4 yet to be picked up. Ooh, look at Zetra's angle. Ruzao is waiting. Less than a minute. The C4 rotates into the bomb site. It will be planted.
What do you do now? You go aggressive here. Keller switches over to that sniper. Can't connect the shot and has to fall away. The position noted, and they're just going to continue to box him in. Not let him breathe here. Now, Zetra's been found out as well, but he's going to fight tooth and nail, and it's just Zetra now on the 1-on-2, 1-on-3, and totally can't do it. WY chimes in. Overtime avoided. The favorites move on. TL 2-0.
Team Liquid showing and proving their dominance over EVOS, closes the series out in a 2-0, and even that last round was miserable to see, I would say, trying to hold on to dear life, hold on to the dear tournament life. Not quite there yet.
You know, the condition